Ola has Amjad almost drawing dead here. He needs to hit running cards in order to survive. Otherwise, he is our 6th place finisher.
We got a bunch of folds, and it's around to Patrice Brandt, 34 years old, out of Germany, and he will not play that mess. Amjad is a non-professional player. He folds as well. Into the champ, chip leader Ola. He's got a king-3 of spades.
Good looking hand in the small blind. Facing off against his fellow pro, Michael Marrakesh, in the big.
Cool.
Who has the worst hand in poker, 7-2 offsuit, and will check. So let's go to a flop.
Flop of a queen, 8-5, all hearts. Neither player hits a pair.
But Michael, with the range advantage, as they would say there, makes a bet. And Ola, with king high, no draw, lets it go.
You know, Michael was a former tour guide over in Prague. Told great stories about Prague. That's got to be exciting.
Maybe he made a few stories up.
Maybe, but now he's playing big-time poker. Amjad now in first position with a pair of deuces. He'll make it 85,000 to go. Ola is going to pip him out. Pair of sixes for him.
And wow, you can see Ola there believes that Amjad is playing very tight at this stage in the tournament. Amjad under 20 blinds. He is opening under the gun, so Ola decides to take the tighter route and fold there.
That is very tight.
Patrice, now in the big blind with Queen Jack. He will see a flop.
Yeah, he has bought into this tournament 4 times, and he is making this call. So, pair of deuces versus Queen Jack. Here we go. Flops a king 8-3.
It's actually a pretty good flop for Amjad. He can just bet here, and if Patrice continues or moves all in, you can give it up, but oh no. Oh, that's not what you want to do. Okay, so a pretty good turn for Amjad as well. Not likely to have connected with Patrice. But this hand helps illustrate why, when you're on a really short stack and have a small pair, you should probably just go all in, because they're very awkward to play post-flop.
140.
Patrice is going to take a stab at it, 140. That's a tough call now. Now you put yourself in a bad place.
I mean, Amjad has like 20% of his chips committed to this pot. It is a disaster to no, oh no.
Yeah, yep. He let the man take it away from him.
Yeah, well, credit to Patrice for recognizing that Amjad was uncertain of his hand strength and taking a stab when he really had no draw.
Well, like the old great pro Amarillo Slim used to say, if you're a checking, I'm a betting. And that time it worked for Patrice. All right, we move on to former tour guide, Marrakesh. And he is going to raise with just a Jack 8. That's a nice move for a tour guide. And he's getting some folds. Oh, Amjad's got the real hand though, pair of jacks.
Well, Michael raised into Amjad, hoping his opponent would play too tight from the big blind and give up.
All in.
But Amjad with pocket jacks knows to go all in here.
All in. It's a total of 410, I believe. And now Michael, who is just splashing around, and he has to fold his hand. And Amjad Nadir is going to take this pot down as Michael says goodbye to his chips.
Cautious play from our short stacks, but Ola Shimian clearly the man to beat.
Everybody folding around to Amjad, who is going to peek down at a king at 9 in the small blind.
Amjad is still quite short here, so I'd like to see him go all in and just take this down.
He's just going to call it.
Now, that's a little of Amjad's inexperience showing.
Ola behind him with an ace-7.
All in.
And he's going to put them all in. He is going to put the pressure on Amjad. He's saying, oh man, what did I call for?
Why didn't I go all in myself?
Yeah.
Now I got this borderline hand and I'm facing this all in. Amjad gets away, so Ola takes it down.
Yeah, Ola being a nice guy shows him the ace.
I put you on king. See you too many times caught off with king.
Oh, that's my anti-man.
Yeah, Ola, happy to just take that one down.
Gerd goes out. That is Han Yang from China. Now out of Germany. They call him Gerd. Anyway, everyone folding, and it's around again to Ola. Well, he can't play a 4-3. So he goes out, and now Marrakesh with a queen jack.
Michael Boehnert is also one of the short stacks at this table. He's working on about 12 blinds here in the big blind.
Oh, yeah.
So Marrakesh decides he has a little too much to just open shove.
140.
Boehnert, with a really bad hand, is hoping to just end this pre-flop. He's just saying, okay, there's no chance I flop anything good. Maybe you're going to limp fold a lot. I'm going to raise it up.
Well, what's wrong with a 7-deuce?
Well,
I've seen those turn into beautiful hands.
All in.
yeah, you're going to see what's wrong. Michael Marrakesh is all in. Hits him with the limp re-raise all in. Really nice play here from Marrakesh.
Good read, yeah.
Well, the chips consolidating among our chip leaders. So far, no eliminations at this final table, but we have seen a lot of players all in.
We're down to these 6 very talented players. Ola now with a spectacular ace-king of diamonds. Gotta love that, an ace at 90,000. And to Marrakesh, who has solid queen 10 of hearts, so he will make that call.
Well, Marrakesh is not going out of his way to get in these pots against Ola, but he does continue to find hands in position, and so they will go with his flop heads up.
Yeah, 2 nice hands, ace-king versus queen 10 of hearts. 7-7-4, so no one pairing but 4 hearts for Michael Marrakesh. Ola's going to lead out and bet the continuation of 80,000.
And because these two are 1 and 2 in chips, I would expect Marrakesh to take a more passive route in this hand. He's not really looking to play a huge pot with Ola.
Jack, no heart there. So Ola still in front with his ace-king high. Well, Ola's going to give him a breather. He's going to check it.
Michael has some options here, and I do like his check. I think that helps him represent showdown value.
He does. Oh, boy.
And it disguises his draw, so obviously the outcome here when Ola hits a king on the river is not very good. But I think if the river is a brick, this hand usually ends with Ola check folding. And now Ola has a decision between betting for value and checking to get value. Looks like he's going to opt to bet.
That's a beautiful card for Ola. And the bet is 315. And this man has only one chance to either fold or try to bluff at it all in or something. Former tour guide. He folds the hand, and Ola extends his chip advantage.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT23 and get a free entry into a $100,000 guaranteed tournament.
Michael Boehnert, he's got queen jack of clubs. He's on a relative short stack.
90.
He will make it 90,000. This man got into this tournament through a 350 euro satellite. So it is all gravy for him.
Yeah, his return on investment looking very good at this stage, and maybe better. Amjad with king queen in the big blind. I'd like to see him go all in here. Well, just gonna call. So Amjad well out in front against Michael. Going to this flop, both these players quite short, especially Amjad. 10-6-5 on this flop is pretty good for Michael.
Yeah. Neither player hits a pair, but Michael raising before the flop, and now betting after the flop, 75,000. Can he push Amjad out? No, Amjad doesn't believe him yet. Makes his call.
Yeah, Amjad's getting 5-1 in that call, so he'll go to a turn, which is the ace of clubs, a great card for Michael, and that should shut down the action here. I expect Michael to go for it, and I would be stunned if Amjad continued.
He will go for it. A hefty all-in bet by Michael. This would be the call of the night.
Yeah. I don't know how you would do it, and really you avoid this situation by moving in on the short stack pre-flop, but Amjad, showing a little of his inexperience there, gets bluffed out by a big draw from Michael.
The man from Turkey gets gobbled up, folds the hand, and Michael takes that one. And we move on. 6 players battling it out here at Spielbank. And there, Michael goes out. Michael, too, now takes a look down at a uneventful 9-8. Looked like he was going to do something for a second. Gerd going away. Patrice, though, with a pair of queens, the ladies. Beautiful hand. Oh, you wake up with those. It's so exciting. And Patrice has them right now, and he will raise to 110. Amjad, the seductive 4-3 of spades.
Resisted the temptation, Vince.
No, but Ola, come on.
Yeah, can he resist the 3-deuce suited, though?
Much easier to resist the 3-deuce. However, if you have his chip stack.
Yeah. And the advantage that Ola has here is that Patrice is a middling stack while Amjad is very short. So Ola will go out of his way to take some flops here with the intention of trying to bluff Patrice out in these situations where he doesn't want to take big risks.
Yeah, it didn't work out for him. He checks it. Patrice didn't like the king, so checks behind him, and the turn is another king.
Now that's a card Patrice likes. He is feeling much safer about having queens now. It's going to be hard to get paid on that type of texture.
Wow, Patrice going to check again. And the river card is a 7, pairing the board again.
Well, does Ola want to take one stab here? Perhaps he believes his opponent has an ace high.
25.
And you see him betting over pot here. And so he's saying to Patrice, if you have ace high, you're going to have to pay to get the showdown here. And I would bet this big with a king, a 10, or a 7.
But you gotta, come on. You gotta call with the queens, he does. And for the first time tonight, Ola getting foiled there. He had to bluff it, took a stab, didn't work out.
And so the passive play from Patrice actually wins the maximum there, as it induces a pretty large bluff from Ola that didn't work out, but I like where his mind was at.
Nice hand.
And Patrice buying into this tournament 4 times. He just kept believing, I will make the final table, I will make the final table. And now he has made the final table. And now he wants to win the big bucks.
Well, Ola takes a little hit there, down to 4.4 million. Michael Marrakesh has about half as much in chips. Patrice now up to 3rd following that pot, as you see. Amjad just 7 blinds.
All right, moving down to the table. This time Gerd with a pair of 8s. I'm
Whoa,
shocked.
What in the...
Lays it down. Oh, but by the way, Gerd means super tight in Chinese, so makes sense.
Okay, living up to the reputation, I guess. Amjad, meanwhile, has a queen-jack suited and just 7 or 8 blinds here.
He is going to push the all-in with the queen-jack. Ola can't play with supposedly the worst hand in poker, 7-deuce.
How much?
And now...
This is pretty close for Michael with ace-5 suited. He knows Amjad could be moving in with some hands weaker than this. He's getting an excellent price, and ace-5 suited plays very well in all ends. So he does make this call.
Thank you.
A good hand.
To turn up the cards.
Let's go to a flop, and it's an interesting one. The queen-jack of clubs has every out in the deck. Open-ender, flush draw, a queen or a jack would be good. He is now the favorite in this hand.
He certainly is. Great chance to double up here.
Michael now does not want to see an ace. He essentially would like to see a low heart on the turn. Take away some of his opponent's outs on the river. Boom, short stack doubles up just like that. Flush on the turn.
Wow. Beautiful double
He
up.
would have got it on either card.
There you go.
Shamian out in front.
Yeah, and the blinds have gone up to 25 and 50,000. Here we go, down to the felt. Quick fold by Amjad Nadir. And now Ola, our chip leader with ace-9. Gotta love it. Makes it 105 to go.
Over to Michael Boehnert. Not gonna play the 6-5.
And this is Han Young, who calls himself Gerd. He goes out, and now Patrice Brandt is gonna squeeze Jack King.
Pretty good hand to find in the big blind. Patrice, certainly too deep to go all in here. He's gonna make this call.
And we're gonna see a flop. And the flop is a King Jack 10. 2 pair there for Patrice. Beautiful flop. Oh, and he's gonna try to trap him. He checks it to Ola.
Well, with Ola bets, Patrice has a decision between calling and check raising.
Yeah, 90,000. Do you check raise right here, or do you just play it okie dokie time and just with a call? Yeah, he's gonna do that. Just gonna call. Trying to make a big pot happen here. Going to the turn. It's a 10, pairs the board. That doesn't help Patrice.
And the board pairing is likely to slow Ola down. You do see him check back there.
Okay, the river card, a 3 of diamonds.
Now, no help to either player. Patrice gonna win with his top 2 pair if he doesn't fold for some reason. And now, trying to figure out if he gets more value by betting or checking.
280.
It's gonna be a bet of 280,000. Ola won't waste time. Gets out of the way, so Patrice, who's in 3rd chip position, is gonna take that one down.
All right, we move on. Gerd going out. Patrice, he's also out. They're all getting dictated by Ola tonight. Now Amjad here with a king, queen with the button.
Hold on.
So he is going to shove it all in on a short stack.
Okay, over to Ola, and he is not gonna let this slide. He's got ace-10 and facing a 6 blind shove from the button. I expect his money to go in.
Yeah, plus he has no specific plans in life or goals. Of course he's going to call this. Ace-10, you're going to be looking good.
I call.
There you go.
Now with Michael in the big blind, and he has pocket 9s.
Wow.
Okay, so decision here for Michael. Do you want to call or do you want to move in pre-flop and get this heads up with Amjad? Now the risk of moving in if you're Michael is that Ola would flat call with his big hands here too and lay a trap. So Michael elects to just call. So 3 ways going to this flop with Amjad all in.
Dramatic hand, and here is the flop, and an ace hits on the flop. Great for Ola. He's out in front. Horrible for Amjad.
Amjad essentially drawing dead. He needs runner. Ola gonna put a little bet out there, 250,000 into a pot of 915. Michael is in an awkward position here. Wonders if his 9s are good, but also wonders if Ola would bother betting very much with worse than an ace.
Have a nice.
Ola has Amjad almost drawing dead here. He needs to hit running cards in order to survive. Otherwise, he is our 6th place finisher.
Here we go. It's not going to happen. 8 of hearts.
No, and that'll be it for Amjad Nadir. Great run here in Berlin, but it is going to come to a close.
He is the first one to get Das Boot here in Berlin. He'll take home 39,000 euros. Let's go talk to him.
I tried to do my best, but unfortunately it didn't work. I didn't have any good hands today. It's my first final table, so I don't regret it. So I did my best, and it doesn't work.
And I'm sure everyone in Germany expected him to win when they saw him at the top of the leaderboard heading into this final table. Now with ace-6 suited on the cutoff, makes it 100.
Baracus goes out, and now Michael won't play. It's on to Gerd, and Gerd has a little pair of 4s.
Gerd's been pretty cautious so far at this final table. He is second to last in chips, just edges out Michael Boehnert right now, so I think someone a little more experienced and a little more comfortable with risk just moves in with the pocket fours pre-flop in Gerd's shoes, but he elects to call and gets a pretty good flop on 7-3-3.
He checks, and now Ola's going to bet.
Real small bet here. Ola using the downsizing, betting smaller on the flop than he did pre-flop. Turn is a jack of spades after Gerd makes the call on the flop. Not much of a card for Ola. We'll check it. And a 7 on the river is going to put 2 pair on the board.
Gerd saying, okay, do I come out of the woodwork and make a little bet here, a little value bet? That's exactly what he's going to do, 125.
Ola's going to consider this. He's getting a very good price, and he's wondering whether Gerd can have something like 5-4 or 6-5 that missed.
Clock is ticking down to 3 seconds.
Yep.
He's got to make a decision. Well, he's going to take a little more time.
Yep, time bank chip coming into play, adds another 30 seconds to Ola. He's going to make an agonized call. You see him sort of look into the lights there. I call. He was getting a very good price and thought he was probably good often enough to make that call.
Yeah, it's a curiosity call, but sometimes you find out a little extra information about one of your players too, so probably not too upset. Gerd just hasn't been able to catch cards here tonight. He's a non-professional player. He's 46 years old, out of Germany. It's got to be exciting for him.
Yeah, always very exciting to make a final table, but Gerd is a cash player who only has one previous live cash in tournaments. So this is an enormous score for him, however it plays out. Now with pocket sevens is going to raise up this cutoff.
Could this be the time Gerd heats up? He is raised with the sevens. Will Ola give him more action? Nope, not there. Now Michael looks down at a sort of fair 10-7 of hearts. He's got money in there, so yes, he will make the call. Here we go. Pair of sevens versus 10-7, and the flop is an ace-9 deuce. All hearts. You know what that means.
Gin for Michael. Disaster for Gerd. He now needs to hit a running full house to catch up here. I'd like to see him check back this flop. Not a lot good comes from betting, but he's going to fire out 80,000 there. And I do think that Gerd's one of these guys who likes to find out a little where he's at by using small bets.
240.
Yeah, he's just found out because he's been raised. It goes to 240. But that's the advantage of when you're decent. You put that bet out there. Now you kind of know this guy's either has a big heart, or does he have a flush, or did he flop a set? You know where you are.
Yeah.
How expensive it'll be down the line potentially, and you've just got a mediocrity at best. So he's going to lay that down. He found out the information, and Michael's going to take that pot.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT23 and get a free entry into a $100,000 guaranteed tournament.
Michael Marakish, the Jack-10.
He's the former tour guide, now poker player. He's a tough one, and he will make a bump up. 105 total. A couple folds behind him, and now it's on Patrice. He likes that first one. Not so much on the second.
He has half a hand that he likes.
Maybe it's enough to call, though, because five-handed poker game, you're in the thick of battle, and yes, he will make this call and make it a battle. So Jack-10 versus Ace-7. And the flop is not good for either player. King-8 deuce.
Not a bad flop for Patrice when he's holding the ace of hearts, and it's a texture that's really hard for his opponent to connect on. So I would expect we get to a turn here just facing a continuation bet.
Rakesh is going to bet that. And it's going to work.
Huh. Whoa.
And Michael's going to take that pot down. The former tour guide from Prague. Doesn't look like a bad job, though.
Oh, it doesn't look
I
like a
like
bad
that.
job. You meet some interesting people. You get to know the world well.
Okay, we go back down to it. 5 players remain. Couple folds. Han Yang from China. Now out of Germany, they call him Gerd.
Gerd here, he's gonna open up an ace-7 offsuit of his own, coming from the button. And we saw Ola raise into Gerd's big blind when he had fours around 20 blinds. Gerd did not go all in. I expect Ola will not make that mistake.
All in.
Yeah, Ola's going to apply big pressure on Gerd.
And these small pairs really don't play well post-flop, so if you can get the money in pre, when your opponent has 30 blinds or less and is raising from late position, you're almost always doing the right thing.
Yeah, Gerd wants no part of it. He's going to fold the hand. Ola looking good here tonight. And we have 2 folds, and now Ola. With a queen 10, likes it. He's going to raise it to 100,000. And now Michael.
I'm curious to see how he approaches this one. It's one of those hands that sometimes players 3-bet, sometimes they call.
350.
But again, you're second in chips facing off against the chip leader, so that can force you into more passive routes. However, Michael elects to 3-bet, makes it 350,000.
Ola can afford to make this call, will he? No, he says, I've had enough. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to walk away. Sometimes that's the best thing, to just relax and let everybody else play their game. You don't have to play every pot.
No.
And that's what he's showing right there.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the best hands that Ola would fold there, but I do like the fold. Michael was smart to size his 3-bet up and made it pretty big.
We go right back to it. There's Ola with a queen 4 of hearts.
So he's going to raise it again, make it 100.
Into Michael, who now, oh, Michael's not bad. Pair of 8s, nice solid mid pair.
All right, what do you want to do this time, Mike? Back-to-back hands, he's kind of had a decision between calling and 3-betting.
310.
And he chooses the 3-bet again.
310.
Yeah.
Going up to 310.
The other Michael goes out. Gerd wants no part of that. Ola, quick fold by him.
Yep. Now, I really do appreciate that Ola never wastes time when he doesn't have a decision.
Arakish getting on a nice rush here. 5-handed poker, blinds at 25-50. Right back down to the felt to Ola. Awful looking jack deuce. Even he won't play that. Arakish gonna fold as well.
Over to Michael Boehnert.
With a 6-4 diamonds, he's got the button. Does he want to get brave? Makes it 110 to go. And Gerd with a king 8 of diamonds. Gerd's played very tight all night long. Non-professional player.
All in.
And now, wow, he's going to shove it. He's going to shove it all in.
Here we go. Gerd's been pretty risk-averse, but he picks a nice hand and a nice spot to go after Michael there. Takes it down pre-flop without a confrontation.
Gerd coming out of his shell, taking that one down. 5 players. What a battle.